Hi everyone, it's Lizzie and welcome to my channel. So as you can tell from the title, today's video is going to be all about Lancôme Vie Est Belle elixir. I'm super excited to do this review. I actually just filmed a haul, so make sure you go check out my beauty haul because I showed you all of the fragrances that I picked up as well as some beauty items as well. But I saw this advertised on the Boots website and I just thought I need to have this because I do have the original, which I absolutely love. So there was no doubt that I wasn't going to love this as well. But before I get into this video, make sure to check my fragrance playlist, which has all of my fragrance related videos created in one place for you guys. I have fragrance battles, fragrance reviews, first impressions, everything fragrance related is in that playlist. So make sure to go check that out. And if you do want to see the full review of the original Vie Est Belle, then make sure to check that out. I will have a link somewhere in the cards or in the description box down below. But I'm going to get started because I all know we're here for this gorgeous fragrance. So as mentioned, I picked this up from Boots, but I'm pretty sure you can purchase it from Sephora, Ulta, and the Lancôme website as well. So there's a plethora of places where you can purchase from, and I will have links in the description box if you're interested in purchasing. So it came in this red box, and here is the actual fragrance itself. So it's super classy, very feminine. It's marketed as an intense and concentrated version of the original, and because I love the original, I just knew that I was going to love this fragrance, and I do. Just letting you know from the beginning, I love this fragrance. I think it's stunning, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. So first I want to get into the notes. So it has top notes of raspberry liquor and Calabrian bergamot, middle notes of violet leaf and rose, and base notes of leather, cacao butter and cedarwood. So in the opening you get the burst of blackberry and the bergamot. It's super juicy and slightly tart at first, which immediately draws you in. So the bergamot adds a slight brightness to it, making the opening feel very refreshing and very sweet. And that's one thing I will say that I really enjoyed about this fragrance is definitely the blackberry. I've noticed that blackberry in scents is something that I really do enjoy. It's in a few scents I absolutely love, such as Giorgio Armani C, which I've raved on my channel so many times. That particular fragrance I absolutely love because of the blackberry notes. I think it's just so beautiful. It's sweet and fruity, but it's not overpowering, and it's super subtle as well. And then the dry down, you'll notice the heart of the fragrance, which is all about the orange blossom and the iris. So the orange blossom is sweet, but not overly sweet. It's slightly sugary, but again, it's not something that's sickly, that's going to give you a headache, that's going to make you feel like, ugh, I don't like this fragrance. It's more on the subtle side, but I absolutely love the softness from the iris and the sweetness from the orange blossom. I feel like it makes the fragrance super sophisticated and super warm. In comparison to, for example, the original, I feel like this, you can transition into night and evening. So I'll definitely take it from day to night with this scent. Personally, I see myself wearing this all year round, day to night. I like to wear my fragrance, you know, depending on my mood and not on the season or time of day. But again, depending on how you like your fragrances, this will definitely, I would say, can take you from day to night, which is great because then it adds that level of versatility, which you can't always get with sweeter scents because they usually are scents that you most likely will wear during the day and during the summer and springtime. And then what I love most is really the dry down because you can smell the notes of patchouli, vanilla and tonka bean. Again, patchouli is one of my favorite base notes of all time. I've noticed that most of the fragrances that I would say are in my top 10 definitely have notes of patchouli, which I absolutely love. I also think patchouli lasts really long with my skin and my body chemistry. This is very subjective and it definitely depends on your body pH and body chemistry. So it's not for everyone, but for me personally, I know that if a fragrance has patchouli in it, it's gonna last really long. And that takes me on to my next point about the longevity and the sillage. So this lasts incredibly long on the skin, incredibly long on the clothes as well. And I would say it's probably one of the strongest elements about this fragrance. Not only is it a great scent and it's super pretty and sweet and sophisticated, is the longevity, because I think there's nothing worse than having a fragrance that you absolutely love and it only lasts like 2 hours on you. This lasts all day. I actually wore it to work one day and my colleague asked me what I was wearing, and throughout the day she kept saying like, that fragrance is just so good because you've literally been here for like 8 hours and I can still smell it. And that says a lot, because I feel like sometimes I get kind of like perfume blindness where I can no longer really smell the scent on me. So it was really great to have someone tell me that, hey, this smells so good and you need to give me the details right now. And of course I shared that it was Lancôme Vie Est Belle Elixir. But yeah, I definitely would say the longevity is definitely one of the strong points of this scent. It just lasts really long on the skin, really long on the clothes as well. Highly recommend obviously spraying it in your pulse point areas so the fragrance lasts even longer. I also think it's a fragrance that can last on its own. So what I mean by that is the fact that you don't need to layer it with other fragrances. I feel like it has so much depth and so much warmth that it really can just stand alone. It doesn't need a ton of other fragrances in order for it to kind of project even longer. So would I recommend this fragrance? I would definitely recommend this fragrance for anyone that's looking for a sweet, warm and sophisticated scent. Like I said, it has sweetness, it has slight fruitiness, and a slight spice from some of those base notes, but overall it's a very sweet but sophisticated scent. I think it's great for all occasions, great for the cooler weather, you know, obviously as we are in winter sadly. I definitely think it's a great scent that you could wear during the winter, but then also can transition it into the warmer months as well. So overall, I would highly recommend this fragrance. I personally really do love it. If you enjoy the notes that I'd mentioned, and the fragrance type, then I would definitely recommend this. I think it's super sweet, super feminine, and I think this is probably well, to be fair, I've only tried 2 other fragrances from Lancôme, if I remember from the top of my head, but out of those 2, I would say this is probably the best one. I just think they've ticked all the boxes for me, and I would highly recommend. But let me know in the comment section if you like this fragrance. It's just come out, so I know a ton of people haven't necessarily tried it, but if you can, try and get a tester to see if it's something that you would enjoy. But personally for me, I would highly recommend this. If I had to choose between this and the original, I would definitely choose this fragrance. I think the original is a little bit more generic. It's a classic sweet scent, whereas this has different elements to it. You get the blackberry, you get the orange blossom, you get the tonka bean, you get the vanilla, you get the cashmere. So there's different elements to it. If we look at the opening and then all the way down to the dry down, it just transitions into multiple different scents, and it's absolutely stunning. So highly recommend it. So definitely take a look, especially now that there's a bunch of sales happening. This is probably the right time to purchase it. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this. A 10 out of 10 for me. And so thanks to Lancôme actually for coming out with this, because I absolutely enjoy this fragrance so much. So that is all for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I will have links and everything in the description box down below, but definitely let me know in the comments how you feel about this new fragrance. I think Lancôme definitely hit the nail with this one because I absolutely love it. So I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.